My name is Christopher Agboile, MSc Cybersecurity, MSc Information System Security Options of CISA, CH, CISSP, CISM certified. I want to talk about computer security or cyber security on the computer network. Yeah, talking about cyber security, it's about networking. You cannot talk about cyber security without talking about computers on the network. When a computer is not on the network, it is absolutely secured from threat. However, when a computer is connected on the internet, it is exposed to cyber threats. And in networking, the purpose of networking is for communication. And the model for communication in computer networking is regarded as OSI model. So when we talk about computer security or cyber security, we cannot discuss that without talking about the methods, talking about the technologies, talking about the best practice design to protect a computer system, to protect the networks, and also the digital data from unauthorized access or damage, theft, or disruption. At the center of it all is the network, and also the network is for the purpose of communication. So what is computer network? Let's look at what a computer network is. A computer network is a system of interconnected devices, the computer itself, the printer, the smartphone, and other peripherals that can go on the network. That is devices that communicate and share resources using communication protocols over wired or wireless media. Now, the purpose of computer network is to share data, transfer of files, sharing of applications, and also sharing of media, data sharing via media, data sharing via applications. Then you now talk about resource sharing proper, where you share the hardware, like the printers, the storage devices, and also purpose of network in computing is for communication, sending of emails, video calls, and messages or messaging. Then also the purpose of networking is also to be able to establish reliability in terms of redundancy and backup for secure communications. So there are different types of computer network. You talk about the LAN, which is the local area network that is within a small or confined to a single location, either office or home. Yeah. Then you now talk about the WAN. WAN has to do with wide area network. It's larger geographical area, e.g., like the internet. Then you now talk about the MAN. MAN stands for Metropolitan Area Network, which covers a city or a larger campus. The personal and you have a personal area network, which is PAN. This represents the Bluetooth. This represents the NFC. NFC stands for near field communication. This near field communication is like a new technology And what does that do? It enables two devices to communicate wirelessly when they are close together. When they are close together, and it is actually a subset of something that is called radio frequency identification. That is RFID, a technology that allows us to identify things through radio wave. So it uses the power of radio wave. Now here, we've been talking about the OSI model. The OSI model is the model by which network communication are carried out. It's a communication model that allows interaction within the network. Now, it is divided into 7 functions ranging from physical to application. And it's like a modular approach to network communication. It is module by module. Like layer 1 is a module, layer 2 is a module, to layer 7, they are modules having their functions packaged within their individual modules. Now, module 1, which is layer 1, is the physical one, which is responsible for bit transmission. Then you look at layer 2, which is for data link, node-to-node communication. Layer 3, network, which is for routing, packet forwarding. Then layer 4, transport layer, which is layer 4, is used to deliver data from source to destination, well packaged. Then you have section, which is used for section management, like opening up a kind of an account and properly managing that account within a given period of time. Yes, for example, someone in Amazon logs onto his account and wants to make some transaction, purchase some things online, and immediately he logs on, a session is open for him. An account, a time space, a time period is open for him, and the system will monitor his activities and record all his steps by steps movement. So until he concludes that transaction, the session will remain open. Some session can time out based on the time allocated or the number of hours or time the account is left unattended to or is left idle. So the session layer is one that manages this session, manages the session, as well as it establishes the session and manages the session. The next one is the presentation layer. The presentation layer is one that translates the data on the internet. The data, the communication, it translates the data, and also it packages the data in form of like encapsulation to be able to allow the data to flow on the network securely. Like, for example, if you talk about the encryption. Encryption is a form by which this data that is moving on the internet is secured. Now, you remember I talked about transport layer. It is a way of reliably delivering data, and you have 2 protocols that you can use. Either you are using a TCP protocol, or you are using UDP protocol. Now, presentation is data translation and encryption. Then you now talk about application layer. This application layer, it's where you talk about the real communication, physical usage of applications for communication. There's an interface presentation, to enable communication, to enable user-friendly interaction between the computer and the user, like user-facing network services. So that is what this OSI model is about. Remember, it's divided into 7, and each of them are in modules, and they all have their modular functions. So having said that, let's look at another one that we call the TCP/IP model. The TCP/IP model is simplified, and it is a practical model used for internet communication. Though we have the OSI model, which has 7 layers, these most majorly are theory, but the practical one is the TCP/IP model. The TCP/IP model is more practical for communication on the internet. Remember, this one has 4 layers, while the OSI model has 7 layers. Now, going by what we have here, which I said, there are 4 layers in this TCP/IP model of communication. The first layer, which is layer 1, is the physical. It is the network interface. This one is similar to OSI layer 1 and 2 combined. So it is a physical communication medium. And here, the layer 1 and layer 2 of OSI model are combined to form this network interface layer in this model. The internet layer, which is the layer 2 of this model, which is the logical addressing and the routing itself. Now, this one, as it were, is the level 3 OSI model. Yes, level 3. Then the transport layer, which we know, helps to deliver packages from source to destination, is also the OSI level 4. Then the application layer, which is the last one, is for presentation and interaction. This also takes from OSI level 5 to level 7. These are then, now talk about the key protocols. The key protocols in communication protocols in networking are as follows. The web browsing uses HTTP, while the secured web browsing uses HTTPS. Then the file transfer uses what we call FTP. If you want to transfer files on the network within internet, you use what we call FTP. And FTP is file transfer, and it's a protocol. Then you want to communicate using email services, you talk about SMTP or IMAP. Then you want to talk about domain name resolution. The domain name resolution is where it converts from IP address to the name of the domain, like www.google.com. So www.google.com, it's a domain name. Whereas on the computer, it has what we call a unique IP that is known all over the world and is associated with that name. Then you don't have TCP or UDP, which is a reliable and fast communication protocol. Then you talk about IP addressing. Away from that, we talk about wireless communication in networks. Remember, we talked about wired, and now we're talking about wireless, because you can either communicate using wire or you communicate using wireless. And when you're communicating using wired, we talked about something like copper, talk about something like fiber optics and such. Then here, for the wireless communication in network, we use what we call a Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi stands for wireless local area networking. Then we can also use Bluetooth. We talk about short range device connectivity or connection. You can also use cellular networks, which is mobile data transmission. Then you now use what we call satellite communication. The satellite communication is more of a global coverage. What are the security, network security in communication? What do we look at when we're talking about securing communication in the network? First and foremost, what comes to our mind is network security in communication. You must consider what we call encryption. Encryption, we don't want to transmit data plainly on the internet. So we encrypt our data, we secure it with encryption. Encryption is a code that is only understandable by another decrypting medium or media. Yeah, medium. Yes. So it is secured. Then this happens when you talk about HTTPS. HTTPS is when you are transferring data on the internet. For example, our credit card information cannot be transferred or transmitted plainly on the internet. So in order to have it secured, you use a secured data transmission strategy. And that has to do with HTTPS, and that is encryption. Then also, to protect your system from unauthorized access, use what we call firewalls. Firewalls to block intrusion, to block people from getting into your network. Then how about VPN? VPN enables us to have a secured remote access or connectivity amongst intranet over the internet. Then we now have authentication. Authentication is used to verify an identity using password and biometrics. So these are summaries of network communication and the security of network communication. Now, we want to end this section and want to also hear from you if there are any questions or comments that you want to pass about this topic, or questions that you want to know about this topic. So we will require you to go to our comment section and input whatever it is that you want to input, and you can be sure that we will respond accordingly. Thank you.